Britain and the world said a final goodbye to Queen Elizabeth II yesterday at a state funeral that drew presidents and kings, princes and prime ministers, and crowds who massed along the streets of London to honor a monarch whose 70-year reign defined an age. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Political parties submit the closed list of proportionate candidates at the Election Commission. Usual last-hour rush seen due to too many aspirants. Government dominance prevalent in the distribution of medals and decorations. Controversial figures and individuals against whom cases have been filed at courts also make the list of awardees. A Russian-backed mayor says 13 people killed and others wounded in a series of explosions in the separatist-run city of Donetsk in eastern Ukraine. And Bangladesh win their maiden SAF Women's Championship, defeating Nepal 3-1 in the final. Nepal settle as runners-up for the 5th time in the tournament's history. Mainstream political parties have submitted the closed list of proportionate candidates at the Election Commission for the upcoming provincial and parliamentary elections. Representatives of Nepali Congress, CPN-UML, CPN-Maoist Center, CPN Unified Socialist, Janata Samajwadi Party, Loktantrik Samajwadi, and Rashtriya Janamorcha have submitted their list of candidates within yesterday's 5 p.m. deadline determined by the Election Commission. However, parties had faced difficulty in finalizing the list given the overwhelming number of aspirants. The Election Commission had allowed parties to submit between 11 to 110 candidates for the proportionate category for the House of Representatives election. Likewise, the political parties had the liberty to submit a list of 220 candidates for the provincial assemblies. The parties have until 2nd of October to make changes to the closed list. The country celebrated its 7th Constitution Day yesterday. However, in the past 7 years since its promulgation, the implementation has been considered largely feeble. While the implementation of federalism took pace, the state has failed to enable all 3 tiers of the government to implement constitutional provisions. The Constitution has ensured 31 fundamental rights, including education, health, and employment for all. The Parliament had been assigned to formulate laws in line with the Constitution within 3 years since its promulgation. However, the public have poured their grievances against the state, saying the provisions were limited to formalities. Likewise, political interferences have rendered constitutional bodies ineffective, while the government has failed to revive the Constitutional Council and the Interprovincial Council. Meanwhile, speaking at a special event held at the capital's Tunikhel on the occasion of the Constitution Day yesterday, Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba said the November 20 provincial and parliamentary elections will be held in a free and fair manner. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what they thought of the 7 years since the Constitution was promulgated. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
संविधानमा 31वटा मौलिक अधिकारहरू सुनिश्चित गरेका छ तर पनि अझै जातीय विभेदलाई हेर्दाखेरि त चरम छ
लेख्ने काम त भयो कार्यान्वयनको पक्षमा चाहिँ कमजोरै रह्यो
गरिबी निमुखाले कुनै पनि न्याय पाएका छैनन् त्यसैले यो संविधान आलोचनात्मक छ
संविधानले दिएको अधिकार चाहिँ जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्रमा हुनुहुन्छ गाउँमा हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूले चाहिँ उपभोग गर्न पाइराख्नु भएको छैन
संविधान नेताहरूको लागि भयो हामीहरु गरिबके लागि छैन
दलितहरूले चाहिँ त्यति राम्रोसँग अझै पनि हाम्रो हक अधिकारहरू सुनिश्चित गर्न पाइरहेका छैनौं
There is a trend of honoring people by decorating them with medals who have contributed to the country and the society. However, there is most often disputes in the awards distributed by the government. In the name list that was published by the government to honor and decorate 998 individuals on the occasion of Constitution Day yesterday, some that made the list are controversial figures. Medals have been handed to political parties, leaders and cadres, members of trade unions that are close to the ruling coalition, among others. The trend has continued this time as well. Kushkumar Joshi, who embezzled money in the Kathmandu-Hetauda Tunnel project, and businessman Pashupati Murarka, against whom the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority has filed a case at the special court, also made the list of awardees for the Constitution Day. Handing medals without proper basis and criteria has created dispute in the selection of the awardees. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What's your take on the politicization seen in civilian awards provided by the state? Your options are A, abuse of authority, B, tainting the award's reputation, and C, breaching criteria. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Nepal has been limited to runners-up at the SAF Women's Championship for the 5th time after losing to Bangladesh 3-1 in yesterday's final. In the title decider held at the capital's Daswat Stadium, Nepal put up a strong performance, however, could not better Bangladesh. The visitors opened their account through substitute Samsu Nahar's goal in the 13th minute. Bangladesh doubled their lead in the 41st minute through Krishna Rani Sarkar's goal. Anita Basnet scored in the 70th minute to cut the deficit to 2-1, giving Nepal some hope of a comeback. However, Krishna Rani scored her second goal of the match in the 77th minute to extend Bangladesh's lead to 3-1. No more goals were scored, and Bangladesh won their maiden title of the SAF Women's Championship. Bangladesh captain Sabina Khatun was adjudged the outstanding player of the tournament. Following the loss against Bangladesh, Team Nepal's coach Kumar Thapa has announced of resigning from his post. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.